I wanted to show you the case that I've got it in. This is one of 511 Tactical's cases. It is a backpack, as you can tell. This will allow you to put a pistol in it. Some of you have probably already seen these packs. It's got a lot of good straps in here to where you can put your pistol in there, extra magazines and so forth. Now, I will tell you that a full-size pistol, from my experience, will not fit in here. A Glock 19, barely. And so just keep that in mind. Don't want you to buy something that you're upset with. So it's got a zipper here with a great big pocket. You can hold all kinds of extra whatever. It's got an extra pocket here on the top where I keep my paperwork and so forth. And then on the inside of... Are you ready for this? Here it is. Now, before I get to that, if you look inside there, it's got all kinds of MOLLE straps. I'm hoping you guys can see that pretty well. And so you can put all kinds of different things in there. Obviously, toting this thing around is quite heavy, so you probably wouldn't want to do that for just a real extended period of time. Now, this is what we're going to look at today. This is my Yugo M92. It has the triangle stock, not the folding style. I've had underfolders before, not short barrel, but underfolder AKs. The cheek weld on them, as most people know that have them, are horrible. This is much better. I would have liked the solid plastic stock, but you know, whatever. So let me clear this. I'm going to go through this with you real quick. No third hole, unfortunately, but you know, I didn't want to pay the $15,000 or so. Now, what I did is, if you notice that end brake, that is a copy of the Bulgarian 4-piece. It comes apart just like the Bulgarian. It's actually made here in the United States by CNC Warrior, I believe. They're about $100. Great people to deal with. I had a problem with my first one. The spring that captures this little nut here on top, after it got hot, had warped out. It still held everything, but it just looked real cheesy. I called them. They sent me a whole new brake. So it was a really good deal there. As you can tell, I took all of the wood furniture off of the front here and put this UTG quad rail handguard on it. Now, what I had to do, and I've gotten in trouble by Yugo fan guys out there, but this bottom retainer that is right here that holds the wood handguard in there, I had to cut that off. I don't really care because I'm not going to run wood. And so I put an Aimpoint M4 on it. I know it probably looks a little weird, a little, you know, front heavy, and of course it is. But with the recoil that this thing has, it's really not that bad. It doesn't feel bad at all. And so the interior, of course, is just regular, you know, AK interior. Nice trigger on it. And I put this. I think it's a Mako. I'm not real sure. It has the a little latch here on the bottom, and I think I've got a battery or something in there, maybe for the Aimpoint. I don't rightly recall. And then I put the sling on it. But other than that, that's pretty well it. The accuracy on it, you know, I'm not real crazy about, but it does group real well. You know, especially 25-50 yards. I mean, it'll stack them nearly in the same hole. Obviously, as you move further out and the red dot is not quite as clear on your target and that sort of thing, you know, it makes it a little harder to get your groupings down right. So it is minute of man accuracy, as you would expect any of these AKs to be. Iron sights, of course, are the same, and that's pretty well it, I think. Oh, I wanted to show you guys one thing. This UTG has 4 screws that hold the top plate, or the top quad rail and the bottom quad rail together. Now, what I did is I put a real high temp red Loctite on it, and I screwed it down pretty hard. Now watch this. If I let it go, no problem, and it functions just fine when I'm shooting it. But watch this. Of course, it's got no mag in it, so that's not a bolt hole. That's not a bolt hold open feature. What that is I screwed this down just a little tight, and it's causing it to bind just a little bit, but I can push up and it'll go ahead and go into battery. So it's a U.S. Armory receiver, so it's good stuff. It's just that I didn't do my part, because when it had the wood on there, it had no issues whatsoever. But that's that. So it does catch a little bit, but again, you're not supposed to ride it, so no big deal. But anyway, I wanted to share that with you. I waited a long time to do that. Let me tell you one thing that I did do, and I made a video, but it got lost in translation, and the video did not get posted, and I'm not sure where the footage is. So I'll go ahead and tell you, whether you believe it or not is up to you. I shot this gun, and I shot a 10.5-inch AR-15. I was shooting, it was either 122 or 123 grain hollow point ammunition, AK ammunition, steel cased, Wolf or Silver Bear, I honestly don't remember what brand it was. And I was shooting 75 grain PRVI out of the 223. Again, both the same barrel length. And what I did is I took 2 5-gallon buckets, I laid them down end to end. I had both of them full of water. I shot them both at 100 yards. The AR-15 bullet did not go through the first 5-gallon bucket. Matter of fact, it disintegrated. I mean, I found very few pieces, just little shards of pieces. The AK round, however, went through the first bucket. It went into the second bucket so hard that the top on the 5-gallon bucket was a very bright blue, and it hit the top so hard it creased it and turned it white. It turned the plastic white, and if any of you have ever stressed plastic, you know that that's what will happen. It'll change colors. The strangest thing, which I knew it would have more penetration, the strangest thing is it was a hollow point. But when I got it out of the second bucket that captured it, when I rolled it on a table, it had very little wobble. I mean, it distorted very, very little. So all I'm going to say is I don't waste my money on hollow point ammunition anymore. I would buy some soft point ammunition, but no more hollow point. It's either going to be full metal jacket or the soft point stuff. I just don't see the need in using the hollow point if it's not going to expand. So in any case, hope you guys enjoyed it. I have really liked this. I will tell you one thing that I did not have when I got my paperwork back. I did not have the extension, barrel extension taken off. You know, I didn't send it off and have it taken off like I should have. I got in a hurry, and I don't know if you can see that on the bottom where I boogered the threads up, but the comp, you know, has no problem going on. Threads on just fine. If I can get it to thread on, and so it's got no issues there. My dog's chewing on the door. Sorry about that. I'll have to cut that out. But in any case, that's it. That's it in a nutshell. You can look real close. Let me get up. That way you can see it real close. Of course, I spray paint all of my guns just to make them ugly, to where nobody else wants them or likes them. So that's just the way I like to do things. So, but the stock is very solid, no wiggle at all. I may end up putting the plastic stock on there, not real sure. These are supposed to be really easy to change. But in any case, I hope you guys like it. Great guns. If you don't have one, go buy one. And I don't know if this whole treaty thing, I'm sure you guys have heard about, that they're supposed to be signing with the UN. Who knows how that's going to affect anything, but if you can buy your ammunition, I would strongly suggest doing that. Try to stock up some cheap ammunition, at least to get you through the hump. If it does happen, you know, so the big boys here in the United States can ramp up production and hopefully get us some ammo to compensate for the lack if that happens. So in any case, got a lot of different magazines, some with slick backs, some with the ridge backs, you know, AK mags and AK mag. I don't use the plastic ones, I just soon have the metal. And so but in any case, full metal jacket, baby. Not dealing with the hollow point anymore. So any case, I hope you enjoyed it, and one of these days I'll get everything out and we'll shoot. I'll see if I can duplicate what I was talking about with the 2 5-gallon buckets. If you guys have the opportunity to do that, try it. Your results may vary, but that was mine in a nutshell.